It's a dead man's party, and who could ask for more? I'm Jason from MMOHuts.com, bringing you a sneak peek of Guild Wars 2's Living World Season 4, Episode 3, Long Live the Lich. Last week, I took a trip back into Guild Wars 2 to receive a sneak peek at the upcoming addition to the Living World series, Season 4, Episode 3. Our task in Season 4 is focused around the egomaniacal Lich, Palawajoko. We came across him during a pivotal part of the Path of Fire's story, where we were dead. Palawajoko was all too eager to get us back to the living world, provided we took him with us. However, we double-crossed him, and now he's back anyways and must be stopped. Can I just say, though, that Joko is my favorite lore character in Guild Wars so far, because he absolutely is. We get a serious feel for his maniacal nature in this episode in particular, as we come to a part of the world that he has absolute dominance over and rules over as a god. He even has a statue in place in a village that drones facts or other important things about Joko, about how lucky everyone is to have him as their eternal leader. It's arrogant, mad, and it fits his cruel, self-serving nature perfectly. It's very entertaining stuff to listen to, and I have a feeling the writing staff had a very good time putting it all together. Joko wants us to suffer and die, and he's declared war on all living beings. By this point in the episode, however, we've established a base of operations and are trying to get the locals to maybe lend us a hand. Our dive into Episode 3 took place about halfway through, where we were doing more open world content focused on helping the Kornon villagers with their scarab problem. Palawajoko has a new weapon, the Scarab Plague, and while I don't know what it is yet, I do know that it can't be good. We were helping the Corsairs and the local Heket tribe in an attempt to win them over. I don't want to go into the story too much because spoilers are rude. Suffice it to say that Palawajoko is not messing around here, and it's been fascinating to see who's fighting him and who has been mentally beaten into serving his cause. There are quite a few open world tasks we completed, like burning crops, confronting Joko loyalists, but most importantly, we learned about the new mount that's coming in this episode. It's a monster that might be familiar to Guild Wars 1 fans. It's the Roller Beetle. It's an offshoot of a monster that roamed the land years ago, and in order to ride/use it, you have to gather up a collection in the same vein as the Griffin. But unlike the Griffin, this one's not going to feel like a monstrous, frustrating task, and is far more manageable. It's a part of the story in Episode 3, and it helps introduce you to the land which you're currently in, and has tasks that are reasonable as you assemble this future tech-style saddle to ride around on the Roller Beetle. And since I don't want to talk about the story too much, I do want to talk about this really cool mount. Seriously, the Roller Beetle is my favorite mount in the game now. The Griffin is awesome, but it's tedious and very time-consuming to amass the collection for. To me, it's far more enjoyable to rocket across the dunes than it is to list lazily amongst the clouds. There had to be some changes to the physics engine though, so it wouldn't stop on certain rocks or other outcroppings that might normally halt it. The Roller Beetle also has a lot of really worthwhile and fun moves to go along with it. When your endurance meter is full, you can press the spacebar to gain speed suddenly and use that momentum to smash through certain labeled walls in the desert. It's slow going uphill, but picks up speed nicely downhill. You can also use it to ramp off of obstacles like dunes, outcroppings, anything that kind of looks like a ramp to soar through the air. Holding the spacebar while you do this will let you do tricks, and if you land them perfectly, it will refill your endurance meter so you can go again. Plus, you can hold the C key to drift while doing high speeds, and I kind of wish it had a speed gauge somewhere on the screen so I can see just how fast I'm going. But it's incredibly fun, whereas the other mounts feel more mechanical. The other mounts in my collection feel like they're just there to serve one purpose: overcoming a particular obstacle. The Roller Beetle is a high-speed, high-mobility mount that can be used in a lot of ways in a lot of places, and is more than just a jump here and move on mount. Sure, it has a gimmick, but it's still enjoyable, and it's still crazy fun to use beyond that one gimmick. Long Live the Lich has truly been an interesting experience so far. The domain of Korna is fraught with peril, and though we only got a small taste of what's in store, I'm still very excited to see more of the dynamic events that will play out in this area. This could be the final showdown with Palawa Joko, and comes with a lot of story content, open world adventures, missions, a new fractal, mount masteries, and more. This story is a pretty big deal and ties a lot of our previous adventures together in a nice neat bow. But that bow is made by an angry lich, so it's probably made out of, I don't know, skin or cartilage or bones or something. A new terrifying plague is inches away from being exposed to the world at large. That meeting with Joko during the main story seemed to be such a random, chance encounter, and I appreciate that it came together later on in the living world, making him the main focus. He's done some despicable things, and now it's time to make him pay for all the lives he's taken, the families he's torn apart, and the other assortment of crimes he has no doubt committed. As this video is going out, the Living World Season 4 Episode 3 content will be available, and we're looking forward to seeing you out there as well.